If you're a marketing professional or an entrepreneur, it's a must-read book. I would say it's as important as oxygen. He's written God knows how many books, but all his books are amazing. But make sure that you grab this one, especially if you're an entrepreneur. Hey, what's up? My name is Karan Dharamsi and I am the CEO of the Marketing Nerds. Welcome to the first episode of the Marketing Nerd podcast. And in this episode, I want to talk about 3 books that every marketing professional and entrepreneur must read. The book at the top of my list is Influence by Robert Cialdini. It's an amazing book, and if you already haven't read it, please make sure that you go to Amazon right away after you listen to the podcast and order the book. If you're a marketing professional or an entrepreneur, it's a must-read book. I would say it's as important as oxygen. Why do I rate it so high? Because the strategies given in the book, especially about persuasion and influence, are really amazing and can dramatically boost your ROI through your marketing efforts. So make sure that you go grab the book, especially check out the reciprocation strategy. I know I am building some curiosity, but it's an amazing strategy and I use it at every possible point, and my conversions have bumped up by at least 7%. So make sure that you grab this book by Robert Cialdini. It's called The Influence. Now, Robert Cialdini also came up with this second book. It's called Persuasion. But I would suggest that you don't pick that book first. You read Influence first and then move to Persuasion. So that's the first book in my suggestion or recommendation list. The second book that I want to talk about is this book called As All Marketers Are Storytellers. Now, it's a book by Seth Godin, one of my favorite authors, and he's written God knows how many books, but all his books are amazing. But make sure that you grab this one, especially if you're an entrepreneur or a marketing professional. If you want to build that emotional connection, loyalty with your customer base, then this book is the most important book, because it talks about how stories are really important and how you build a brand through story selling. Because eventually marketing is a lot, or at least in my opinion, all about story selling. So which is why this book is so freaking important and is second in my must read books. The third book that I want to talk about is a book called as Contagious by Jonah Berger. Now, if you are interested in understanding the science behind the content that goes viral, why does some content go viral? What is the science behind it? Why do people like sharing certain content? I think this is a must-read book. It gave me insight into the science behind why and what kind of content potentially goes viral, and why do people share certain content and why they do not share certain content. So make sure that you pick this book if you are interested in creating content that has the potential of going viral. The author Jonah Berger talks a lot about social triggers and a lot of the stories behind the content, and also the social currency part, which is really crucial and which was a big takeaway for me, especially from this book. So make sure that you grab these 3 books and start reading these 3 books, because if you read these 3 books and if you start implementing at least 20% of what you get out of these books, I am sure that your ROI would see at least a bump up of 50%. That's a big claim, but it's factual. I have seen that kind of a bump up across all my companies and across all our client companies. So make sure that you grab these 3 books, and if you want detailed summary of these 3 books, I put out one video a week on YouTube where I give a detailed summary of the books that I constantly read, and I'm a big time geek, big time reader. So one book a week I post one video a week where I talk about in detail about one book that I have read that particular week. So make sure that if you are keen on getting a detailed insight into the books, and if you're not personally a reader, I would suggest that you jump on my YouTube channel. It's the Marketing Nerdz. Subscribe to the channel and check out all the book summaries that we post on the channel. And if you have any feedback, any suggestions, any questions, make sure you drop into the Marketing Nerdz page and leave us a comment on our Facebook page, and we'll quickly get back to you. And I look forward to talk to you in the second episode of the Marketing Nerd podcast. It was awesome talking to you guys, and I'm pretty excited about the podcast. I'll talk to you soon in the second episode of the Marketing Nerdz podcast.